born and reared here as our fathers before us, what would we of the campfire, the long trail, the earthy search, we harvester of herbs the famous chemists require, what would we do in a city? And when the sap is rising, the bass splashing, and the wild geese honking in the night, we never could endure it, Belle. When we delivered our hemlock at the hospital today, did you hear that young doctor talking about his lid? Well, up there is ours, old fellow. Just sky and clouds overhead for us, forest wind in our faces, wild perfume in our nostrils, muck on our feet. That's the life for us. Our blood was tainted to begin with, and we've lived here so long it is now a passion in our hearts. If ever you sentence us to a life in the city, you'll finish both of us, that's what you'll do. But you won't, will you? You realize what God made us for and what He made for us, don't you, Belle? As he lovingly patted the dog's head, the man talked, while the animal trembled with delight. Then the voice of the harvester changed, dropping to tones of gravest import. Now how about that other matter, Belle? You decide that also. The time has come again. Steady now. This is far more important than the other. Just to be wiped out, Belle, poof! That isn't anything, and it concerns only ourselves. But to bring misery into our lives and live with it daily, that would be a condition to rend the soul. So careful, Belle. Cautious now. The voice of the man dropped to a whisper as he asked the question, what about the girl business? Trembling with eagerness to do the thing that would bring more caressing, bewildered by unfamiliar words and tones, the dog hesitated. Do I go on as I have ever since my mother left me, rustling for grub, living in untrammeled freedom? Do I go on as before, Belle? The harvester paused and awaited the answer with anxiety in his eyes as he searched the beast's face. He had talked to that dog, as most men commune with their souls, for so long, and played the game in such intense earnest that he felt the results final with him. The animal was immovable now, lost again, his eager eyes watching the face of the master, his twitching ears waiting for words he recognized. After a long time the man continued slowly and hesitantly, as if fearing the outcome. He did not realize that there was sufficient anxiety in his voice to change its tones. Or do I go courting this year? Do I rig up in uncomfortable store clothes and parade before the country and city girls, and try to persuade the one I can get, probably, not the one I would want, to marry me, and come here and spoil all our good times? Do we want a woman around here, scolding if we are away from home, whining because she is lonesome, fretting for luxuries we cannot afford to give her? Are you going to let us in for a scrape like that, Belle? The bewildered dog could bear the unusual scene no longer. Taking the rising inflection that sounded more familiar for a cue, and his name for a certainty, he sprang forward, his tail waving as his nose touched the face of the harvester. Then he shot across the driveway and lay in the spice thicket, half the ribs of one side aching as he howled from the lowest depths of dog misery. "You ungrateful cur!" cried the harvester. "What has come over you? 6 years I have trusted you, and the answer has been right every time. Confound your picture. Sentence me to tackle the girl proposition. I see myself. Do you know what it would mean? For the first thing, you'd be chained, while I pranced over the country like a half-broken colt, trying to attract some girl. I'd have to waste time I needed for my work and spend money that draws good interest while we sleep, to tempt her with presents. I'd have to rebuild the cabin, and there's not a chance in 10 she would not fret the life out of me, whining to go to the city to live, arrange for her here the best I could. Of all the fool, unreliable dogs that ever trod a man's tracks, you are the limit, and you never failed me before. You blame, degenerate pup, you." The harvester paused for breath while the dog subsided to a pitiful whimper. He was eager to return to the man who had struck him the first blow his pampered body ever had received, but he could not understand a kick and harsh words for him, so he lay quivering with anxiety and fear. "You howling, whimpering idiot!" exclaimed the harvester. "Choose a day like this to spoil. Air to intoxicate a mummy, roots swelling, buds bursting, harvest close, and you'd call me off to put me at work like that, would you? If I ever had supposed you'd lost all your senses, I never would have asked you. 6 years you have decided my fate, when the first bluebird came, and you've been true blue every time. If I ever trust you again—"
to keep listening to this audiobook. I've left you a link in the description so you can do it, at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.